Okay, should be live. It's gonna be hilarious.
Alright.
I need to clip this on my shirt. Okay, and now we wait 10,000 viewers to show up. Let me just make this on my shirt. Okay, and now we wait
Okay, so there's like a few seconds.
10,000 viewers to... There we go. Okay, we got King Dragon 101 saying hi. Okay, guys, so this isn't an actual podcast, but this is going to be a promotional video for our podcast for you guys to come check out. It's going to be like a little sample of what you guys are going to expect to see over here. And yeah, I'm going to be posting the link also in the description of this live stream. If you guys are interested, oh my God, look at this blown up.
Look at this.
Got my
it big.
Okay, so if you guys didn't know, I started a podcast with my friend Tim. I've promoted on my channel a little bit. Tim, you can introduce yourself.
Hey guys, so I'm a junior at college with Scott. We started this podcast a few weeks ago, and we've got 3 episodes up so far. I like sharing my views. I think it's a really good way to like talk with the fans a bit.
Yeah.
We're excited to like get going on Twitter also with the podcast. We want to hear your feedback, especially on Twitter.
Yeah, right now I'm going to be posting our Twitter link in the description of this live stream so you guys can come check us out. It's just like Life Made Easy Podcast on Twitter. It's pretty simple to find, and yeah, I still have like all these rules and stuff in these. Okay, so if you guys refresh, it'll pop up. But yeah, so today this is going to be like a little example of what we're going to be discussing. We're going to be talking about the MacBook Pro 16-inch that just came out. Tim knows a lot more than I do on the new MacBook Pro because he's an Apple
sheep. Very proud.
Yeah. So also, guys, I do have donations on and whatnot. So if you want to donate, you can do that as well.
Yeah, please donate.
Please support us, and you can also go on Anchor and support us there as well. We use Anchor to distribute our podcast, but yeah. Oh, so we got our first question right here. MacBook. I don't know much.
Okay, so
Tim, let it rip.
I like the MacBook Pro 16-inch a lot. In general, one of the things that I say to a lot of people on the edge between a Mac and a PC, you're going to spend a bit more on a Mac. I think most people know that. But what I really like about Macs is the stability of the software, especially. I'm the kind of person who doesn't like dealing with viruses or antivirus software, so that's a big thing for me.
Yep.
But at the same time, I think a really underappreciated thing with Macs is you can run Windows and Mac OS at the same time. So I always have Windows and Mac running at the same time.
I just have Windows running because I can't do that.
Yep. You can do it through Parallels Desktop. Honestly, it's seamless. Like you have the Windows apps and the Mac apps running side by side at the same time. You have File Explorer and Finder on the Mac, and all of your files are in both places. It's honestly beautiful. I've never seen anything like it. So, quick shout out to Parallels if you have a Mac.
Please sponsor. You want to go over pricing? I know pricing is huge for people.
Let's double check what it starts at.
And we're going to be doing a full episode on this on my podcast in the future. Like, this isn't going to be the full thing, but...
Yeah, so it starts at $2,400. I don't know, that's outside of most people's budget. That's outside of my budget. I think the 16-inch MacBook Pro is targeted very much so at actual pros. I think Apple's trying to take back that word. They did overuse it with a lot of things like...
AirPods Pro?
AirPods Pro.
I will say, though, AirPods Pro makes sense. It is a huge improvement over normal AirPods. And that's coming from a Apple disliking person.
Yeah, that's English. Yeah, but like definitely like the recent iPhones. iPhone Pro is a terrible naming scheme.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they are trying to take back Pro a bit with the 16-inch. And the 13-inch will probably get there eventually. I think they're going to bring over most of the changes. The Touch Bar, I have mixed feelings. So when I bought my Mac, I have a MacBook Pro. I actually didn't want the Touch Bar because I was a little worried how like apps would interact with it. You know, not knowing like the function keys and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd say I'd be a little bit more comfortable to get it on my next computer when I do upgrade.
When do you think you're going to upgrade?
Probably not for another 2, 3, maybe 4 years.
Because that's a powerful machine. And Apple,
Yeah.
I will say Apple products do last a long time. They retain their value. They don't depreciate that much.
No, definitely not. I think the touch bar is only a step, though. I think they're going to expand it down and take over the entire keyboard. I think it's going to happen.
The entire keyboard?
Yep. It'll be like a Nintendo DS.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. And the Mac trackpad. Nothing like it. World's best trackpad.
I mean, Windows has some good Windows has it's called Windows Precision Drivers.
Mm-hmm.
I think that some Windows PCs have. I don't think mine has it, but honestly, I can't even tell. Trackpad's fine, but yeah, I have used Mac trackpads in the past, and they are superior. I will give you that. I like the clickiness of a Mac trackpad better than a Windows. Some Windows feel kind of mushy.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that a lot, but
what I will say about PCs, though, I think I'm starting to use Windows more than Mac OS, even though I'm running them side by side. So, do we have a question?
Yep, we have a question from X8 Shadow King 8X. I don't know if that X means times. How's the processor? Is it fast? Because I was playing games on an older $4,000 MacBook Pro, and it was slow, but it was like, but I can't read.
Yeah.
But it was from like 2012, and it could run like 40 frames on lower graphics. But how is?
So here's the thing. I'm not much of a gamer. Macs, absolutely, the hardware inside of them can run games. The thing is, the game developers don't set up the games to run well on Macs, and that's the problem there. So really, it's just because there's such a smaller market of Mac gamers that people don't really design games well for Macs. And so if you're really looking to game, I think you should go with a PC probably.
Okay, just doing a quick mic check. I think eventually, like, what do they use for graphics on Macs?
AMD. Right
AMD?
now. A lot of them have integrated. Like, I'm pretty sure I have integrated on mine. You can double check.
I'm just surprised that with the price point of Macs, they don't give you a good GPU.
Well,
At least
you
for
have to
gaming.
you have to remember what Macs are sold to be art creation devices.
Yeah.
And the apps that Apple sells for art creation are the best apps on the market. Final Cut, what's the Photos one? Aperture, and then the GarageBand, Logic Pro. Those are some of the best apps out there for their respective services. And I think that Apple's realized that if they just optimize the apps well enough, they don't need to ship with graphics cards.
And on the Windows side, their competitors are like all the Adobe programs, Photoshop.
Yeah, and Adobe runs so bad on Macs, which is actually which surprises me. But yeah, it runs really poorly. Yeah, I have integrated graphics.
Also, guys, if you would be so kind, leave a like on this live stream. And if you guys are looking forward to future podcasts, the link to our Twitter is in the description of this live stream, and you can go check that out. And because we got new episodes coming out shortly. I mean, I'm probably gonna upload one like maybe tonight, actually, if I get a chance, or tomorrow if I don't. But yeah, talk about all things tech.
A lot of Star Wars.
A lot of Star Wars stuff, yeah, because we're both Star Wars nerds.
We also talked about the Cybertruck. I love the design. Hated it the first time I saw it. It grew on me a bit.
It's growing on me too.
Now all other trucks are dead to me. Sorry if any of you are pickup truck guys.
And that video of it pulling a Ford
Yeah.
F-150.
Just destroying it. I did see a physicist, though, like, knock that down and be like, on YouTube, be like, no. That's actually not that impressive. I guess the way that, like, all the torques work out.
You know what I just realized? I don't even have this plugged in. My bad. Audio should improve drastically right now. Let's do it. Okay. Let me just make sure.
No, it definitely was, though, because it was playing.
Yeah, it was playing, but I think I was using my laptop microphone. Okay, now this should be much better. Yeah, okay, now this should be much better. Yeah, that's my bad. I didn't even realize I unplugged it. Okay, he says, it's cool, but it's a little too abstract. If it had a bit more shape, it would be fine, not like circular, but like more detail in the front.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, right on the back of the truck, I think they should have the word Tesla written out, since that's just like a plain slate. I don't even see the Tesla logo or the word Tesla on that truck at all.
No, so. It's not even in the front. It's not even in the front.
Sorry, guys. Bit of a cold. Just had to cough.
No, you're fine.
So, I don't know. I think the design will change a little bit, and they'll include like a logo and make it a little bit less plain. But, yeah, it is too abstract for most people. What I said in one of our podcasts is, how many of you, like 3 weeks ago when AirPods Pro first came out, were like, that design is awful, but now already, like 3 weeks later, it's like grown on you, or like the first time you, I guess a lot of you are probably Android people, but like the first time you saw like an iPhone 10, like you thought it was terrible. You probably all still think it's terrible because you're Android people.
Yeah.
But like,
yeah.
Has it grown on you even a little bit?
Yeah, guys, write in the chat if you think AirPods Pro have grown on you. Like, even as you guys know that I'm a big Android user and I love Android headphones. Well, there are no really Android headphones, but non-Apple headphones. Mm-hmm. I like those more. But I will say that AirPods Pro are a big improvement over the original AirPods. The AirPods now are looking very outdated, which is to be expected from Apple products. I mean, normally their new products that come out will always make the old ones look outdated, especially with the iPhone 10. Like, my God, they came out with the same looking, we're getting a lot of chat here. They came out with the same looking device for 4 generations of the iPhone.
That was awful.
That was, yeah.
It was a tough time to be an Apple person.
And they spent all that time improving Touch ID every generation. The 6S.
Just to snap it out.
Yeah, just to it's like
Thanos it away.
Yeah.
But
what's up, CLX Tech BTW? How's it going? He's a mod of mine, so yeah, I made him a mod. Loyal fan.
Nice.
If you guys are just tuning in now, doing a test run of what our podcast is like, link in the description of this to our Twitter. Go follow us on our Twitter. I'm going to scroll up and read some of your chat. But guys, give me some suggestions on what you want to see for our podcast. Anything controversial when it comes to tech or even pop culture and movies. We're into that kind of stuff as well. We'll talk about anything, and we just find it fun. Let me just scroll up here. Yeah. I know Samsung phones are better, but I still bought an iPhone 10. I hate to see that.
Why are Samsung phones better? I tend to disagree.
Displays.
All right, displays. I can give you that. But processor-wise, Samsung still hasn't, a year later, caught up with the 10S yet.
Now, are you going, because I was doing some research for my project in economics about processors from the iPhone 11 compared to the S10. On paper, well, if you're doing Geekbench, iPhones will win every time. And that's what most YouTubers do when they're testing processing speeds. But I was just looking at like raw descriptions. I don't know how to phrase it. But like in terms of gigahertz, you know how like they somehow...
Yeah, when they put it into gigahertz.
Yeah, like the Snapdragon 855, which is their most recent Android one that they use.
Yeah, I think a different building is having a fire alarm.
Yeah.
Oh, well, college things.
Yeah. They said like that was higher than the Apple one, which made no sense to me. I would have thought that the Apple one would be higher. But as everyone knows, it's not.
It's not all gigahertz.
It's real world usage, and iPhones tend to be more powerful. Efficiency. iPhones are way more efficient than Androids. I'll give you that.
Like the whole reason Androids figured out like years and years ago when iPhone screens were so small and Android screens were like so much bigger. The only reason that Androids like figured that out, that was like a good thing, was they needed giant batteries because they were so inefficient.
Yeah.
Compared to the iPhones. Convenient mistake.
Okay, so one of our mods says, I'm getting a PC for Christmas, an office PC, and upgrading the GPU because FN, what does that stand for?
FN where?
Is more, right here, FN, is more GPU bound, and the CPU is an Intel i7, so yay. I have a decent amount of knowledge when it comes to PCs. Like I can recommend certain PCs. I've never built one, but I'm pretty good at recommending like pre-builts. I've done videos on that in the past, but I would love one of the big investments I'm going to get for this channel is eventually I'm going to get like a really nice PC off Amazon. So I can like video edit.
Or an iMac Pro, Final Cut 10.
Okay, no. I need something.
Let's be MKBHD.
I need. We'll get some red cameras eventually, and that'll be for our podcast and YouTube. But yeah, that's gonna be a big investment for live streaming, gaming, you name it, and whatnot. So okay, I mean, no other car looks like that.
Yeah, the Cybertruck.
Yeah, Cybertruck. I'm an Android person, but AirPods have grown on me because I used to be an Apple user. That makes sense. I mean, back in the day, there were no Apple headphones. So.
The first iPhone shipped with them. Remember? Oh, and the iPods before then. Remember, like, the little, like, they had, like, the little gray circles on them?
Yes. I used those before. Those are bad.
I didn't like those.
Yeah, I didn't like them.
Although, to be fair, like, the earbuds that looked like AirPods before AirPods, those ones didn't fit in my ear ever either. AirPods are the first Apple earbuds I've ever gotten that have actually like fit in my ear and stayed in my ear.
You gonna get the Pros?
No, I don't have the budget for that.
Yeah. But we're gonna go gambling. We're gonna get his budget up. We're big gamblers.
Yeah, huge gamblers. We make money when we go though.
Well, you make money. The biggest winnings I've had is $7. Every other time I've lost like over $20.
I only get like 600% returns when I go.
Except for last time, that was bad.
Yeah, that one last. Oof, that was brutal.
Okay, he says. Oh my God, we got a lot of stuff to read here. I got the XS Max, but then 2 weeks later, the 11 Pro Max came out for the same price. I'm still mad. What are your thoughts on that?
Sorry, Shadow King. Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
Well, like, how do you feel if you're a 10R user and you paid more for the 10R and then the iPhone 11 comes out, it's a better phone, and it's less money?
I think he's getting at more when he bought it, you know? Yeah.
Why is it the same price? He says it's the same price.
Yeah, the 10S Max was replaced by the 11 Pro Max. Because remember, the 10S was replaced by the Pros, but the 10R was replaced by the 11s.
So you're literally just getting a better phone for the same price.
Yeah.
That's kind of,
Yeah.
Now, does the 10S Max price go down?
Yeah, I think they're still selling it. The lineup's so confusing.
Because once the new ones are...
No. They only have 11 Pro, 11, 10R, and 8. At least on the Apple Store. I'm sure you can still get 10S's other places.
I wish they had the 10 still out.
No, it was a limited edition.
Yeah. You can buy it off third-party websites like eBay, Mercari. I don't know about Amazon. Okay, moving on. I switched to Android because I couldn't get iOS 13 on my iPhone 6. Yeah,
I feel that. My brother has my old iPhone 6 now.
Yeah, they stopped updating that. And then,
although, let's be fair, switching to Android, Apple will support iPhones with new iOS releases for like 7 or 8 years. Android, you're lucky to get 2 years worth of support.
I've been on the same version of One UI for, well, I just got this phone. Like, I'm not going to complain that much.
So, I think that's one reason why you pay so much for iPhones. I mean, even Apple's profit margin is actually smaller than all the rest of the competition for iPhones.
That is true.
So,
I know that One UI, if you guys are Samsung users, One UI 2.0 is being released on the Galaxy S10. I have an S9, so it's going to probably take me a little longer to get the update, but I'm excited for that. I don't think it's a big change. I think it's minor. But yeah, if I can get any sort of update, I'll be happy. I will say that's one area where iOS shines. I heard they're not making a Galaxy S11. I didn't hear anything about that. I don't know why they would not make that. I've seen leaks about the Galaxy S11 like everywhere. I've not heard this information.
Maybe they're afraid of being eternally behind the iPhone because I think the iPhone's done with S. So that they'll skip right to 12. They'll pull a Windows 10.
Yeah. Windows 8 was fantastic.
Changed my mind.
Changed my mind. Okay, so his iPhone 6 kept restarting every 2 minutes at full charge. I replaced the battery, and that didn't help. You know, that's crazy. You don't see many stories about Apple batteries malfunctioning.
Oh, you don't? No. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I could look at your phone, but I don't know what to tell you. I know my 6 battery got really bad for a while. When I replaced it, it got much better. But yeah, the battery was really bad after a while.
Mm-hmm.
It would just drop from like 50 to 0% in like a second. It was bad. It would just drop from like 50 to 0.
I'm just doing mic test. Also, guys, if you want to donate and support our podcast, you can either donate here or you can go on Anchor. I'm going to actually put that link right in the description. It's linked on our Twitter, but if you guys just want a direct link, I can also put that in the description of this live stream. That's one way you guys can support us, just with like small donations, either on YouTube or on Anchor. There's a little support a creator button when you click on someone's profile. They make it really easy if you guys want to support us. You don't have to, but if you want to, that option's available. They don't support the iPhone 6 anymore, that's why. Yep. My name is pronounced Clutch BTW XD.
Okay. Oh no, he's Laughy Face. That's what that is. The XD.
Oh, I'm not hip. I'm not with it.
Clutch BTW.
Yeah. What do we got here? Oh, geez, we have a lot of stuff to read.
It's a whole novel.
Oh my God. Okay, right here.
The fire alarm is still going.
I know, it's still going on. What do you think about the new Xbox and that's be PS4 coming out? Do you follow consoles?
No, I'm not much of a gamer.
I followed it a little. I've seen that it's going to be as powerful as like high-end gaming PCs. I think that's what they're doing for the next generation. I hear that you're going to be able to play 8K games, run at 60 FPS, which is exciting. But to be honest, I don't think that's realistic. I don't think anyone's buying 8K TVs right now because there's literally no content for 8K. There's barely any content for 4K, as good as 4K is. And I went to go see at Best Buy on Black Friday an 8K TV. As amazing as it was, it's not that much different than 4K. I think you'll be satisfied with a 4K TV.
For real, I watched like a video about like the way the human eye works. Like there's no distance where anything would be better than 4K. Like because with how like close you hold screens, like a phone screen is like obviously like smaller than a television. Yep. So how close you hold that, like your eye can't like discern the pixels. Mm-hmm. But then like you get further away and the pixels can be larger. 1 second, I have to cough.
You're good, Tim.
I was like going with that sentence. Like I'm not quitting now. But like with a television, with how much further away it is, the pixels can get larger. Yep. And with 4K, the screen can just keep getting further and further, and the pixels larger and larger. Mm-hmm. And it's like at that perfect spot where the human eye can never see pixels.
I know, like there's just too many.
Unless you were like to stand way too close, that the screen would be like outside of your visual radius.
But no one's standing an inch away from their TV to notice.
Except at the TV store, which is how they convince you to
get
the 8K.
I know. And this is really shocking. LG OLEDs are inferior to Samsung QLEDs. Firsthand, have seen it. I heard,
Samsungs are better.
You shouldn't think that though. According to the technology, OLED should be better than QLED. QLED is not OLED. Mm-hmm. It's Samsung's way of mimicking OLED. It's still an LCD backlit TV, except they have some filters that make the blacks deeper. They increase that contrast level. And I don't know how they do it, but it looked sharper and the contrast looked better compared to the OLED TV by LG. Mm-hmm. I was so confused. I was unbiased too.
Now is QLED the one where like the pixels aren't like evenly stacked? They're like slightly off and like angled almost.
I'm not sure. I'm not too familiar with the technology.
I know that that might be micro LED. I'm not sure. One of the newer pixel formats.
Quantum dot. That's
Yeah.
Samsung.
Quantum dot. I think that's what I'm thinking of.
But yeah, that really surprised me. And I'm not biased towards Samsung at all, even though I own like Samsung products. I still like LG. I had an LG phone. I was expecting
OnePlus.
I've always wanted a OnePlus phone. They're really cool. It's the
Yeah.
fastest charging phone on no, that's not true. This faster. One of the fastest.
Mm-hmm.
They made Unbox Therapy did this video. He I don't know if you saw it, but it was like the world's fastest charging phone. You plug it in, you can literally see your percentage going up
That's crazy.
like in under a minute. Like you see the percentage going up. It's crazy.
It's like a Tesla.
Yeah. Also, the Tesla price for charging compared to gas prices,
Insane.
it's insane. Okay, what does he say? And I find iPhones a lot more user-friendly.
Absolutely. So much more. I don't want to have to like read the manual to know how to use my phone.
Okay, I've never read an Android manual.
And
Maybe my grandparents use a Samsung. What do you have to say to that?
yeah, my grandma does too. But does my grandma know how to do anything on her phone? No.
They have like the text like really enlarged because old people can't read close up.
And like people can't even help them with their phones too. They're always like, "Can you help me with my phone?" And then they like hand it to like a millennial, and a millennial's like, "What is this?
Where's iMessage?
I don't know how to work this. Do you have the manual?"
Where's Siri? Androids are getting more user friendly. You have to agree on that. It's not as complicated.
agree.
It's not as complicated and ugly.
It was so fractured for a while.
Samsung's interface back in the day, what was that called? TouchWiz?
Yeah.
It was awful. It's awful. One UI is so
Everybody's
much better.
just figuring out just go with straight Android is so much better.
Yeah, and make the icons of your apps like cartoony. People love that stuff. When I can start my job in the spring, I'm gonna save up for a gaming PC. That's smart. You can do a lot with a gaming PC. You can game on it. You can live stream. You can video edit because you have a really good graphics card. You can browse the web, watch YouTube. You can do anything. That's why I want to invest in one.
I think you should get a Mac Pro.
No.
I'm not serious. Don't do that.
iMac Pro?
No. Well, he wants to game, so he's got to be able to like switch out the slots.
Wait, is the Mac Pro the cheese grater?
Yeah, the cheese grater.
Cheese grater, okay. $1,000 stand?
Yep, not included.
Not included. Okay, moving right along.
Literally the cost of an iPhone.
Consoles are starting to evolve into PCs, ray tracing 120 hertz. Yeah, that's true. I don't know if you're familiar with that kind of technology, but
I don't know ray tracing, but I mean even like
That's
smartphones, like Apple or iPads. Apple advertised that the most recent iPad Pros are more powerful than like 95% of notebook computers on the market.
I know. Why can't an Apple processor be in their computer?
I think that's coming. 2020, I think it's going to happen. If not, definitely 2021.
Yeah, they should definitely do that.
The thing is, they have to rewrite all of macOS
Yep, they do.
from the ground up.
It's going to take a
so
while.
It's a big project. And then all the developers have to change their apps too, so
Not
they're
completely.
working on it though.
Not completely, but they're slowly starting to get some more PC features. Oh, I think he's talking about consoles. Yeah, ray tracing and whatnot. I think, I don't know if some games you can adjust your field of view. I think you can in the new Modern Warfare game, and that's always been a feature that you could only do on PC. But yeah, consoles is definitely getting more similar to PCs in terms of software and hardware, in my opinion. My TV couldn't handle it. You talking about ray tracing? And my TV was legit dying, screen tearing. Oh, he put 120 hertz on.
Oh. Yeah, most TVs are only 60.
Yeah. I don't use a TV for my Xbox. I straight up use a monitor. That's what most gamers do these days. Monitors are better for input lag and whatnot.
Yeah. Honestly, TVs are like my least favorite tech products because they're so underpowered.
They are.
And like I kind of get why they are, because really it's just a screen. But I don't know. I wish that people or developers and like put more work into TVs.
You know who will do that? Apple. I could see them making their own TV.
Stand not included.
But what would they call it? They can't call it Apple TV.
Just kill the Apple TV.
Maybe.
I don't know. The Apple TV Pro.
It's an actual TV. I don't use... Oh, wait. Yeah, I bought the 10R, then the 11 was cheaper. Hey, that's what I said. I bought it for $800 and the 11 is $7. Wow, that
Well, why'd you buy
sucks.
it for $800?
10R is not $800.
It was
oh wait, no.
$750 after tax.
Oh, that that might be.
Yeah,
tax.
after tax it would have been $800, but the 11 after tax would have been like $750. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It still sucks, but
It's such a similar phone. You have to agree on that. It's so similar.
they gave a price drop.
They did give it a price drop.
So I give Apple points for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry,
Nuck Jr.
But yeah, I give credit to Apple for doing a price drop. It's been a while since Apple price dropped anything.
I bought it. Yeah, I had to buy an adapter that because my monitor is an HDMI has DVI. Yeah, I had the same problem. My monitor didn't have HDMI. I had to buy an adapter. It wasn't that bad. Just it was a cheap adapter. I use a $250 smart TV, and it was pretty good. It's big, 60 hertz, but no 24 hertz weird. I don't know what you mean by that, but in 4K HDR, games like Sea of Thieves blow my mind. Yeah, you can get 4K TVs for so cheap now. It's brands like TCL, Insignia, Hisense, Toshiba, all those companies. Like, it's crazy how cheap you can get a 4K TV.
TVs have plummeted so much. Do you remember in like 2008 when like you were looking at all the flat screens and they were like so advanced? And
I
they
know.
were all like $1,000.
I don't see a reason why every Black Friday you have to go out and buy a new TV. I feel like once you have
why are TVs the biggest thing on Black Friday?
I don't know. Shouldn't it be
Doesn't
like
make sense.
Xboxes? But that's the same thing. Those investments will last you years on end.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Unless they're coming out with new consoles every year, it's like you're selling the Xbox One and PS4 and discounting it every single Black Friday. It's like,
But I don't see why you need a new... Even if they did come out with a new console every year, I don't see why you need a new console every year.
You don't.
It's just like every year new computers and new phones come out, but you don't replace those.
No.
So
That kind of technology, it's a one-time investment and it'll last you for years on end.
hopefully a minimum of 2, but probably 3 or 4.
How long do computers usually last? They're like 6
I
years
think it
max.
depends a lot, especially on your budget. 6 years seems like a healthy lifetime for a computer, though.
Yeah. Spam, so they have to read more. This is tough. Because like once we read one thing, it could like send us off on a tangent about.
Yeah, and then we're like just lost.
Yeah, we're here. I love the fact that I get a job next year. Yeah, getting a job is fun.
Yeah.
Get that money, buy a new Xbox or PlayStation.
Help keep unemployment low.
Yeah. Politics.
Get Trump reelected. Yikes.
I'll be able to work at Hershey Park Chick-fil-A. Hershey Park has a Chick-fil-A?
Nice.
I've been to Hershey Park before. I didn't see
love
a
Chick-fil-A.
I like it, but I think it's overpriced. That's just my opinion.
I mean, fair, but
I think McDonald's is overpriced too.
McDonald's is not overpriced. You can get that like McChicken sandwich for like $1.
That's their value meal. Their
Yeah.
value menu. The value menu is good, but their normal products like the number.
I love their chicken nuggets too.
Yeah, those are good.
I'm not a huge Big Mac person. I like
I
like Burger King's Whopper more than
I do
Big
too.
Mac.
I've never had a Big Mac, but I like the Whopper.
Yeah, the Whopper's really good.
iPhones last long, except for battery-wise. My 6S Plus, I think he means to say, battery died and lasted like 20 minutes, full charge, but that's when they were getting sued for slowing. Oh, I remember that. That was bad.
Okay, but Android was doing all the same things. It was just Apple was getting
Pointing the
attention.
finger.
I mean, everybody's got to do it, otherwise your phones are going to just die.
That is true. But I think Apple got roasted because they were not transparent with the public.
I mean, I don't think Android was transparent either. It was just there weren't enough people to be upset.
Yeah. Beautygate.
Beautygate, the biggest BS.
Small one.
I hate that my phone makes me look pretty.
Bendgate was a serious
I want to
problem.
look ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Bendgate freaked me out because I had an iPhone 6.
I got an 8 Plus because I couldn't get a new battery until March, and I tried to get a battery for 3 months. Wait,
Okay.
I don't know what that means. I tried to get a battery for 3 months. Okay, moving on. I saw an 8K TV, $10,000. Okay, no one's buying that.
I hope it was a good TV with a high refresh.
Any 1080p content being released?
Is that directed at you?
I don't know. Oh, that might be directed at me. I have this in 720p. Is that why? Am I going to get roasted in the comments for this being a 720p stream? That's because I don't want to destroy my computer.
And it's literally just a black screen with some words.
I know. $13,000 Samsung 8K 75-inch. Would you buy that for $13,000?
No way. Literally give it 2 years, and that same television is going to be like, I don't know, 1,000?
Yeah. Imagine being stuck at 19.5K subs. I don't think this number's right because I gain subscribers every once in a while. I don't think it's just sitting at that. I think that's glitched. I'm stuck at 300. I'm stuck at 22.
22.
It says 23. Yeah, it is. Never read an Android manual.
I would have to read the manual. I guess you're smarter than me.
I have a Samsung J3 top orbit laughing emoji. I've heard of the J. That's their budget phone.
Yeah.
Samsung makes good budget phones. As long as they have one UI on it, it's fine. But if it has an old interface, then it's probably garbage.
Apple makes those really nice, like, $600 budget phones.
I hated the S7. My cousin had it. I played on his phone. I pressed off it like every 10... Wait, what?
I pressed off it like every 10 seconds because I was pressing the back button. Oh, yeah. The back button on Androids, that throws me off, too.
I love the back button. It's so useful. But they made
I
it
like on like iPhone 10s and the newer ones how you can just swipe through your apps.
Yeah, that's
on
cool.
the bottom. Honestly, I had no idea how much I hated home buttons until I didn't have one.
I tried using gestures on this phone. I didn't like it.
Are they the same or are they like...
Yeah, it's very similar. It's like swipe up, swipe corner, whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as good as that. It's not as fluid. He says Mac gay. Is he referring to McDonald's Mac?
Yeah, definitely. Let's just go with that.
Yeah. Oh god, I think you just like missed a bunch of stuff.
I lost this.
Yeah. All right, here. But now they have phones, and they like it better. Just saying. I think he's referring to.
Okay.
They have iPhones now. I honestly like Android because I can make better intros. I like Apple because they are better with gaming. That's true.
Yep.
I don't know about the intros part.
Yeah, it was intros?
I think he's referring to like making intros for like YouTube videos. Like I have an intro, but
I don't know. You could definitely like probably do that in like GarageBand and like iMovie and like...
yeah, I don't
know.
I don't see a
And
problem.
those are free and come with it.
Yeah. Can you get iMovie on an iPad?
Yeah.
I went on Justin's iPad and looked at iMovie in the App Store. App Store, and it wasn't there.
He might already have it then.
It's possible.
Because I'm pretty sure they just ship with them now. It depends on like how old it is and stuff too, but for a while they've just shipped with them.
Apple Car?
No. For a while I really hoped that Apple would buy Tesla, and that would be the Apple Car, but that ship has sailed. Tesla's way too expensive for Apple to buy. And I don't think Tesla's for sale.
Apple Car Pro Max with 6 headlights and 3 steering wheels.
Steering wheel not included.
Apple needs to change their naming system because it's getting bad. You can't just call everything the Pro with adding one new feature.
Yeah, for real.
All right, this cough's getting worse.
It's a problem when you live in a dorm room.
Viruses circulate like crazy. It's awful.
Yeah. And 30 windows when you get the max.
Damn. You should email that to Tim Cook, just saying.
Yeah. I'd buy a new Xbox in 2020. It's a whole new Xbox. It's not the Xbox One or the lazy like Scorpio. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's the next generation of consoles. I might buy one, but probably not at launch. That's because they're going to charge like $600 for it, and I don't have that money on me.
Burgers get me sick. I can't eat them.
Yeah.
That's a throwback to Big Mac and the Whopper.
You should react to my intro during the podcast. Maybe. I gotta go soon. That's fine. YouTube abbreviated sub counts. Okay, I really gotta go. Man, everyone has to go. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. What do you think about the new Kappa thingy majiggy?
Copper thingy majiggy? I don't know.
I don't even know what that is. My intros are better on Android than iOS. Also, I really gotta go now. Good night. Yeah, good night. Yeah, I think this is a good spot to end it. I think most people have left. We have only 3 people. But yeah, guys, go check out our Kappa Laws on YouTube. There's like, they're like cracking down on people not doing
copyright and stuff.
On like family-friendly content. I don't know. Apparently, you get fined for something. I don't know. But guys, links in the description. Go check out our podcast. It's amazing. Amazing content awaits. That's our slogan right now.
Okay.
Go follow us on Twitter. You can see more stuff similar to this. We may do another live stream to promote it again. But 40K fine. Jeez.
Oh.
Luckily, I make family-friendly content. Or at least I think I do.
Hopefully.
Am I going to get a $40,000 fine? Can afford that. But yeah, like this live stream, subscribe, share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it with all people you know. Go follow us on Anchor, donate, whatnot, help support us. You watching supports us as well.
Yep.
Yeah, anything you want to say, Tim?
Looking forward to being part of the Life Made Easy family, so.
Yeah.
All right.
Big money in Life Made Easy brand.
Big money, yep.
Okay, we'll catch you guys on a future podcast or video. See ya.
Peace out.